Welcome everyone to another Interview by Rodney segment. Today, Interview by Rodney has landed here at the beautiful home of Mr. Jonathan and Miss Shirley Turner. Look, y'all, thank you so much for inviting me to your wonderful home. All right. Look, I always have to start how I ended up here.
Okay.
Miss Shirley, actually, I reached out to you in May.
Yes.
And I approached you with a text message and said, Shirley, I would like for you to share the journey with your son, Jeremiah. Jeremiah was diagnosed with autism.
Yes.
But he just had a birthday recently.
He did.
Which he's how old now?
24.
24 years old. So soon as I asked you the question, you said, yes, I would be more than happy to do that. Thank you so much for doing that. Miss Shirley, I asked for your bio. and I always want to share with my viewers who I'm speaking with.
Okay.
Even though we've added Mr. Jonathan to this. I'm going to start with your bio. Shirley D. Wilson Turner. The story of Shirley D. Wilson Turner is rooted in faith, family, and the enduring values of a small town upbringing. Born and raised in Bowman, Georgia, Shirley was blessed with the love and guidance of her parents, the late Willie and Annie Ruth Moore, whose wisdom, strength, and example helped shape the woman that you've become. Their teachings instilled in her the importance of hard work, compassion, respect for others, and unwavering faith in God. She is also the daughter of Bobby Wilson and Shirley Gaines, embracing the rich heritage and family bonds that have influenced her life. Today, Shirley resides in Monroe, Georgia, though her heart remains deeply connected to the community that nurtured her. She carries forward the traditions and values passed down through generations, believing that family is life's greatest treasure, and that each person has a responsibility to leave the world a little better than they found it. On May 17, 1997, Shirley married Jonathan Turner of Hartwell, Georgia, a proud veteran who retired from the United States Air Force as a senior master sergeant after 24 years of distinguished service. Together, they have built a life centered on faith, commitment, and unconditional love. Their greatest blessings are their children, Jada, born in 1999, and Jeremiah, born in 2002, who have brought immeasurable joy, purpose, and meaning to their lives. Through Jonathan's military career, the Turner family was blessed with the opportunities to live in Warner Robins, Georgia. And Mr. Jonathan, pronounce that Japan place again?
Yokota Air Base.
Yokota Air Base. And the city in Louisiana?
Bossier City.
Hampton, Virginia, and Charleston, South Carolina. Each place added new chapters to their story, broadening their perspectives, and strengthening the bonds that hold their family together. One of the most profound experiences of Shirley's life came when Jeremiah was diagnosed with autism at an early age. What began as an unexpected journey became one of God's greatest lessons in love, patience, and perseverance. Shirley and Jonathan learned to celebrate each victory, no matter how small, recognizing that each milestone carried extraordinary significance. Jeremiah has been one of Shirley's greatest teachers. Through him, she learned to slow down, cherish life's simple blessings, and trust God's plan, even in seasons of uncertainty. His journey deepened her compassion and strengthened her desire to advocate for and encourage other families walking similar paths. She believes that every person possesses unique gifts and abilities worthy of celebration, respect, and love. As a mother, Shirley has always sought to lead by example, teaching Jada and Jeremiah the same principles that guided her own upbringing: kindness, compassion, perseverance, faith, and service to others. She considers motherhood one of God's greatest blessings and often reflects that her children have taught her as much about life as she has ever taught them. Professionally, Shirley has devoted more than 2 decades to public service as a human resource specialist with the federal government. Throughout her career, she has remained committed to helping others grow, succeed, and reach their full potential. She approaches her work with integrity, compassion, and sincere desire to make a meaningful difference in the lives of those she serves. Faith remains the cornerstone of Shirley's life. She is an active member of Beyond Words Church in Jefferson, Georgia, where she joyfully serves on the praise team. Music and worship have been sources of strength, healing, and inspiration throughout her life's journey. And she considers it a blessing to use her voice in service to God and her church family. A proud graduate of Everett County Comprehensive High School, class of 1988, Shirley treasures the lifelong friendships and memories that continue to connect her classmates across the years. She earned a Bachelor's of General Studies with an emphasis in business administration from Louisiana Tech University and later received her Master's of Education in Human Resources and Organization Development from the University of Georgia. Her love for bringing people together inspired the creation of memorable events by Shirley. By Shirley D. Let me make sure I put that D on it. By Shirley D. LLC. A business dedicated to helping families and friends celebrate life's most meaningful moments, whether planning weddings, birthdays, reunions, or other special occasions. Shirley understands that the memories we create with one another become the legacy we leave behind. In addition of her professional and entrepreneurial endeavors, Shirley believes deeply in the importance of community involvement and service. She proudly volunteers with the UGA Athletic Association through Silver Dogs, supporting programs and activities that enhance the experiences of student athletes and strengthen the Bulldog family. Her volunteer work reflects her enduring love for the University of Georgia, its traditions, and the spirit of fellowship that unites generations of dog fans. In her spare time, Shirley enjoys traveling, building community, and nurturing meaningful relationships. She possesses a gift for making others feel welcome, loved, and valued, always offering a helping hand, an encouraging word, or a listening ear when needed. In conclusion, the life of Shirley D. Wilson Turner is a testimony to faith, family, service, and love. Her journey reflects the strength of her upbringing, her devotion to her husband and children, her commitment to public service, and her unwavering trust in God. Her legacy is measured not only by her accomplishments, but by the countless lives she has touched, the memories she has helped create, and the love she continues to share with everyone fortunate enough to know her. Shirley, that's a very impressive bio. And I have to say myself, you're such a confident contributor, because we spoke earlier about you and your classmates actually came to my mom's house.
Yes.
And one of my neighbors that lived close by to me.
Right.
Share with my viewers, what was that initiative that you done back, or you and your classmates back around the holidays?
Okay, so a few years ago, I think it was when we were celebrating our 25th class reunion.
Yes.
We decided that instead of just celebrating friendships and, a class reunion, we wanted to give back to our community.
That's right.
And so every year since then, we've given back in forms of helping families with Christmas gifts for their children, food items. So last year we decided we wanted to add seniors.
Wow.
And so I reached out to you because we were having problems trying to get some names. And so we got the names, and what we did was prepared food baskets and added some little extra special treats in there. And so we visited each senior, and it just depended on how much time they had. So if they had 5 minutes, we sat there, talked. We didn't just drop the bag off.
Yeah.
We told them who we are, what we were doing, and engaged in conversation with them. Because a lot of times with seniors, sometimes that we may have been the only person that they've seen.
That's right. You're exactly right.
So we enjoyed that so much that next year we're going to do the families, but we're going to add more seniors.
Good.
So that's our give back to our community.
Well, I must say, when you sent me the photo with you and 3 or 4 of your classmates of my mom, it just melted my heart. And then my neighbor, they called me not long after you left, and just to share their appreciation for y'all showing up.
Awesome.
So, Brother Jonathan, with Shirley doing so much like outreach, how important has it been for you to understand to be that supporter of her? How have that played out for you, and how did you put it in your mind? Okay, my wife got to go do this and this. Was that easy for you to, I guess, capture inside of your mind and your heart?
It was. Even when we started dating, she already had friends in the community and different activities. She sang on the choir and everything. And so when we met, I started attending her church.
Oh, really?
Because we could go to church together. So I've always recognized her passion.
Wow.
And I respected her passion, and I supported her passions. From her weddings, I try to go and assist her anywhere I can, parties, whatever I can do, just to make the job a little easier on her and allow her to focus on what it is that she really believes in and she really loves.
Man, that's so important because I understand it completely, because my wife supports things that I do, like even me traveling to do segments. It's always good to have that mate who supports what you're doing from a positive perspective. Now, Shirley, I'm going to have to get on you a little bit.
Okay.
The Cocktails Candy Canes Christmas party.
Yes.
Me and my wife, we look so forward to that every holiday.
Right.
But you got it on pause for right now.
Yes, have it on pause right now.
How is it going to be on pause long, honey?
We'll just have to see.
Okay.
So the reason I put it on pause, as many of you know, my mom passed away in April.
Condolences.
And so, thank you. And so it was 10 years ago that my dad left. And so it's just a lot.
Yeah.
And so in juggling family, job, and everything else that I do, I had to go back and just say, okay, what can I remove from my plate that is going to make things a little bit easier for not only me, but for my family.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's on pause for now. The business is on pause for now.
Okay.
And we'll just have to see. I'll reevaluate next year to see where we are.
And it's always good to take that, what we call that Selah moment.
Yes.
Just to just kind of rest a little.
Yes.
And reboot ourselves. So I understand that completely.
Yes.
And I have to support her in what she doesn't do as well as what she does.
What a good point.
So that's why, I totally understood, her decision. Even though I love the candy cane. I love that stuff, but
I love it.
He does.
It's such a great time. And like I said, me and my wife, we just enjoy it so much. I have one more question before we move forward. Shirley, how did you get with the University of Georgia? I know you're a graduate, but serving on those Saturdays, how did that come about?
Well, I have a friend that volunteered with the Silver Dog organization.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would go to the games and I would see her at the games. And so I kind of inquired about what it was that she did and kind of observed what she did. And so I became interested. And so I went through the process, signed up, got selected, and the rest is history. And so from the time that I started, I can't remember the year, but it was the season that it rained every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, every game. And so that was my first season. Then afterwards, I volunteered to become the training coordinator.
Wow.
So I trained all the volunteers for the organization. And yesterday we just had a kickoff for the new season.
Really?
Yes. So that's how I got involved.
Well, you already know if you want to come over to Clemson.
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
I'm sure we can find Kristen can help find a spot for you.
Yes.
Yes.
But that
yes.
organization is wonderful. We greet fans. So when you come to the game, if you're not sure where you need to go, if you just have questions about what's at the stadium, how to get around, that's what the volunteers are for.
That's so good.
Hospitality and creating that warm environment for you to attend.
That's so great. That is so great. All right, let's start with why we are here.
Okay.
Shirley, I put a title to this. The Gift of Jeremiah.
Okay.
And I thought long and hard. And that's the title I came up with. I have a dear friend. Her name is Shakanda Sturdivant. She's currently pursuing her doctorate degree in autism spectrum disorder. And the definition of that is a lifelong neurodevelopment condition that affects how a person communicates, interacts with others, learns, and behaves. I have a friend at Piedmont Athens Regional. Her name is Lakeisha Rucker. I asked her a question. I said, do you have a friend or someone you know closely who have a child diagnosed with autism? And by the grace of God, she said, yes, I do. I sent her 3 questions to ask her friend. And here's the reply to it, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to start out with the first question. I asked, how old is your son? She replied, he turns 10 years old in November. Second question, when did you find out? I first noticed something wasn't quite right when my son was about 18 months old. I brought my concerns to his pediatrician, but I was told he was too young to receive a diagnosis. I trusted my instincts and continued advocating for him. After years of persistence and pulling every string I could, he finally received an official diagnosis at the age of 4 years old. My next question was, what are some challenges and rewards? She responded, regarding the challenges, there are too many to list, but a few stands out. One of the biggest is being misunderstood as a family raising a child with autism and ADHD. Society often expects children to behave a certain way and parents to respond in a certain manner without understanding the unique challenges we face. We also can always attend events or stay as long as everyone else because our son needs come first. Every day brings something different. So we're constantly learning, adapting, and adjusting to help him navigate the world. The rewards. The greatest reward has been learning that our son doesn't need to change to be worthy of love and acceptance. Embracing who he is, rather than trying to make him fit someone else's expectations, has brought us the most peace and joy. The last question was this. What's your perspective on life since finding out? Life has never been the same since we learned our son has autism and ADHD. Some days are wonderful, while others are taken 1 hour at a time. We are continually searching for resources, therapies, and strategies to help him thrive and reach his fullest potential. There has never really been a time to rest, but this journey has taught us resilience, patience, and the importance of celebrating every victory, no matter how small.
Wow.
From her sending me this assessment, give me your story. Jonathan or Shirley, start with the story.
Well,
Start.
what she said was spot on,
God.
and that's what probably every family that can accept that will experience. So, I mean, I've had people who have kids with autism, and they were like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong. He's gonna be a football player." You know, everyone wants their kid to succeed in sports, or especially boys, sports, beauty pageants as girls.
Yes.
But once you accept the fact that that may not happen, and then you start dealing with the reality, when Jeremiah was first born, we had a hard time, like, what is wrong with my son? Praying to God, like, God, tell me, what's going on. You couldn't go anywhere and really enjoy a meal because he would just, really act out. And I'm talking 2 years old,
Really?
And so it was very frustrating.
Yes.
But then we started to realize once we got the diagnosis, because just like the young lady's testament there, he didn't get it. He's too young. But his teacher said, no, don't give up. You keep getting him evaluated. So Jeremiah started school when he was 3.
Yes.
Because of those diagnoses. So yeah, going through it with Jeremiah was a definitely a learning curve for us. I mean, from giving him his medicine to him eating, and then having a younger sister that was about 18 months older than he is,
yes,
getting her to understand that he is special.
Oh, wait.
And so now Jada will probably break your neck about Jeremiah because that bond, that love that's been developed over the years. So it's been a journey on all of our parts. Even Jeremiah had to understand his parents. And so now I'm his biggest buddy.
Yeah.
Because, he can't just get in a car and go out with his friends. He can't. So we spend a lot of time together just doing things. And to this day, you have to go with the flow.
Wow.
He may just want to go out with me and ride on my tractor or go to the park.
Yes.
So me and him out there at the park, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So yeah, that's where I've seen it. It's like I said, it was a journey, step by step. And I wish I could just go back through all the steps with you. Right. But in a nutshell, that's kind of where we've come to now.
Yeah.
What he has taught us, the resilience. Like everything she said is pretty much
spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
It's almost like they wrote a script for us.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, did I write that or did?
Yeah.
Did I write that?
Exactly.
So Shirley, actually, I had to contact you.
Yes.
Because I had someone had a concern.
Right.
And I said, I know the right person. You're the first person came to my mind. And you helped this person, and I appreciate you. From a mother's perspective, what did you see early in Jeremiah prior to now the diagnoses? Right. What started clicking in your mind, like this young lady said, that something just wasn't right, but she couldn't put her finger on it? Okay. What did you see?
So we lived overseas. We lived in Japan. We were stationed at Yokota. And so every year, your child gets a well child appointment. We were getting ready to come back to the States. And so I went to the well baby appointment. And the doctor said, Jeremiah should be saying X amount of words. And I paused. And then I was so confused because I'm like, how did I miss that?
Ooh.
Because Jeremiah wasn't really saying a lot. But then I was thinking, well, he doesn't have to ask us for snacks because when Jada gets a snack, she gets for him. So she's like his voice. So I'm thinking maybe that's why he's not talking, because he doesn't have to, because she takes care of everything for him.
Yes.
So we had his hearing tested. And so even to this day, when he tries to act like he doesn't understand what I'm saying, he has perfect hearing.
Come on.
So it wasn't the hearing. And so I think maybe a few months later, we got referred to another doctor. She said, and this is early on before autism became a common word in our vocabulary. She said that she was not a doctor that diagnosed autism, even though she did diagnose him. We couldn't even get through the testing because most of it he wouldn't even participate in.
Really?
Yes. And so after several attempts, we got enough information where she could fully diagnose him with autism. But as Jonathan stated, with that diagnosis, it helped us because he was able to get into the school system earlier.
Good.
I think did you say 3 years old he started. And I got concerned because even though he had I think he had an IEP at that time.
Okay.
It still wasn't enough. And that's why I always tell parents, you have to be an advocate for your child. Because what did I tell you? Nobody knows your child better than you.
You better say it.
I told his kindergarten teacher, I'm not going to call her name because she still works in the system.
Okay.
But she helped me advocate for him.
Good.
I was afraid that when kids go to kindergarten, they can tell you or figure out where they're supposed to go. I was afraid that Jeremiah would get lost. He would not know where to go. And I kept saying, something's still not clicking. It's not right.
Surely.
And so we were able to get more testing done. And so to make a long story short, Jeremiah had a parapro almost until he graduated. He had a parapro every year that would help him
Really?
Change classes, do all the things that he needed to do in school. If I had not advocated for that, he would not have had that.
Oh, God.
So you have to be your child's voice.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to attend those meetings. I went to, we switched school systems, and I want to say it was from Virginia to I think it was Hart County. And I had a counselor tell me when I showed up for a meeting, we never have parents show up for meetings. And I said, well, I can guarantee you will never meet with any of my children without me being present, because I'm always going to be their voice.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I mean, I was fortunate to have a job where I'm able to do that. But, I'm going to always be the advocate for my child.
Yes, Lord.
I used to drive from Virginia to Georgia for meetings with the teacher.
Yes.
Really? That's just straight commitment.
Well, actually, I drove from Virginia because when our father had open heart surgery,
Yes.
we moved them back to Hartwell. And I was still in Virginia. And I would drive home every other weekend because I didn't want Jeremiah to go more than 2 weeks without seeing me. And to kind of take it back a step to the beginning, Jada understood Jeremiah before we did.
Yes, she did. She did. And we were like, as a parent, it was like, how did I miss it?
Yeah.
How did I miss it? But once I got myself back on track, I was not going to miss anything else that pertained to his diagnosis.
So, so what age was technically the diagnosis? What age was he when he was officially diagnosed?
Somewhere between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between 2 and 3.
So as Jeremiah got older, and Jada, of course, you say she's how many months older?
She's
About 18 months older.
well, no,
Well,
she's
last 2
3.
years, yeah.
She's 3 years. He's 20. She's 27. He's 24.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
3 years,
we'll
yeah.
say 3 years older. As they got older, and we're gonna say 10 and 13.
Okay.
How was it challenging for Jada? Because your attention now as a parent was a high percentage focused on Jeremiah.
Yes.
How did Jada respond to that as a 13-year-old?
So first, when you talked about in the story that you just told us, the interview with the other young lady,
Yes.
it was always hard for us to go to birthday parties because Jeremiah's focus was always the cake.
Yeah.
And he wanted the cake, and nothing could get him away from this
Really?
cake. And so he would have tantrums. We'd have to pull, and so it took away from her because she'd always get mad, like my brother is ruining my friend's party, and I can't always say. So what we learned to do is separate it. So if there was a party, one of us would take her, so that he wouldn't take away from her.
Is that right?
And so we tried to not make it to where all of our attention was on him, but we would get, and I still do that to this day.
Really?
I still do that.
But Jada was always, and Jeremiah was brother and sister.
Yeah.
Jada didn't cut no slack.
No.
Jada would go. I mean, she tell us to this day, y'all too easy on him.
Yeah.
She didn't. She wasn't playing.
Oh no,
No.
they
He's
were
spoiled.
brother and sister. They were the typical teenagers.
Typical.
I mean, scream. If Jeremiah went in her room and got no stuff, there was no like. I mean, so Jada always treated him, cause like I said, she understood him before we did.
Yes.
Ooh,
She
wait.
said
So-
he's playing y'all. He
Yeah.
can. Yes.
Look, was she right?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to pop popcorn? He can use the microwave. You want me to? He can do that.
Oh,
he can do that.
my,
Y'all just
my.
don't allow him to do that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And so
Lord.
then we had to take a step back, like, oh, okay, she's probably right. So then when we started, Jeremiah, he would do it. But she knew all along. So yeah, Jada doesn't play. To this day, she does not play.
I wish Jada was here because I want to meet Jada.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jonathan.
No,
You was
no,
gonna
no.
say something?
Yeah.
I want to meet Jada.
Jada's harder than we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they kind of get into it a lot, but
Yeah.
he realizes that he can't fool her
Yeah.
because she knows that what his abilities are.
Yeah.
That he tries to play us,
Yeah.
but he can't play her.
You know, I done a segment one. I think I might have done just a little TikTok about families with 3 or 4 children in the house, and how that responsibility falls on that elder child to raise the other one or two.
Yes.
Sound like Jada even aggressively picked that title herself to help Jeremiah. Because I'm sure he probably wouldn't even be as far as long as he is now without his sister.
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
This is a little bit more tougher question here. Anything that families go through, it creates, sometimes it challenges our patience. How, y'all been married for how long now?
29 years.
29 years. Was there a time that y'all had to sit, like you're sitting now, to have critical conversations about, okay, now we still got to maintain this marriage and work together? Were there ever tough moments that y'all had to fight some challenges through that?
Do you want to answer? Or?
If it's not too, if I'm not,
I think,
and we're keeping it on a level.
Right.
I think once we accepted what Jeremiah's condition was and how he was and stuff, we'll sit down and discuss his care.
Okay.
Because we had to deal with the military, we had to deal with the girl, all that thing.
Yeah.
And Shirley did most of that because she's there with the computer most of the time, so she can actually. I'd come sign some issues, get him recertified, that type of stuff.
Make appointments.
And like she's very involved in the community. Yeah. And
obviously,
I work 12-hour shifts, so a lot of times on my days off, which I 2 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever. We try to plan around those. Sometimes it's a conflict, and that could be kind of challenging. Just trying to get the thing because he still has his program to go to.
And then we lost our major caregiver, babysitter, my mom. She's always been the one that took care of Jeremiah. We could be frustrated and we can't deal with him today. We would take him to her, and it was never any issue. So now we have to be more proactive in, okay, let's look at our calendars and see what's going on because we don't have her to just. Here he is. Even at 24, she was like, strap him off. He's good. You never have to worry about that. So that's a challenge for us now. I don't think, as far as our marriage, it never created any type of division because I think it made it, stronger. We have a child that we have to take care of. And so we've got to make informed decisions. And we can't be selfish.
Strong communication.
Yeah, strong communication. We can't be selfish about, certain things. So. And
the reason why I asked that question because there's a couple out there that needed to hear that.
Okay. Yeah. It's hard. Yes. It really is hard because sometimes I want to go do things and Jonathan's like, "Hey."
It's just like the birthday party. We wanted Jada to enjoy, and. We still want to enjoy our marriage, right? So we incorporate Jeremiah into. He's with us. That's a reality. That's gonna until we leave here. He's gonna be with us.
Be with one of us.
Right. So and we've always told Jada, you have a life to live. We don't expect you to forever be his guardian or be there for him. Yes. And she was like, no.
Wow.
Package deal, If I'm with a man, he don't agree with it, then I'm not with that man.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Does and when Jada and Jeremiah still coming up in them early teens, was he quick to listen to her when she would say something directive?
I think early years, kind of, sorta.
Yeah.
I heard you're not the boss of me.
Several
times.
Yeah, so. That's why I said kind of, sorta. To this day, she's not the boss of me.
I love it.
I'll say Jada's in charge, Jeremiah. Jada's in charge. Yeah. And then after I leave, he'll tell her, "You're not in charge. I don't care what she said."
Yeah, even because Jeremiah likes for me to take him in the morning to his different programs. Yeah. Well, sometimes if I have to go to work or I just gotten off work. Jada will come all the way over and take him. Man. When they get in the car, it's on.
It's on. Wow. He's got every comment in the world for her about her driving or whatever. Because he don't want to deal with it. Even for his birthday, it was last week, I was at the alumni reunion.
That's right.
She took him to Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
There became an issue, and she called, and she was like, your son is not cooperate. I'm like, well, what is he doing?
Yeah.
And so, our rule in the family is if you're taking Jeremiah out, always feed him first. Yeah. Because that is the key. If he has McDonald's and he's not hungry, he's going to be more cooperative. She didn't do that. So I told her, I said, and I have to be honest with her, you missed that because you should have fed him first, then he would have been okay.
Yeah.
But I had to step away.
That's right.
And have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
And he didn't listen. And then I said, "Do you want me to call your dad?" "No, I'm gonna be okay." Good. All right. So yeah. But if you didn't know Jeremiah had autism, you would just think it was a sibling, brother, sister. Normal. Yeah.
Well, when I came in the house, I had an opportunity to meet Mr. Jeremiah. Wonderful, wonderful, pleasant young man. We're narrowing down. Shirley or Jonathan, whoever want to answer this question, I want my viewers to understand the array of spectrums related to autism. What does that entail? Because I have no clue.
So Jeremiah is high functioning. So what that entails is he doesn't need assistance, going to the bathroom.
Okay.
He can pretty much communicate with us and let us know what he needs. Not always, because when he was younger, if he didn't feel well, we just had to go off his actions, how he was acting.
Okay.
But I think there were different levels, like in school, from level 1 to 4. And if I remember correctly, I think was 4 the high functioning, and then the 1 was the lower level.
Because I think he was like a 3, and that was like one of the lower level.
Yeah, because he was kind of like, he wasn't the highest, but he's high functioning.
Right.
I got you.
Because there's some situations where if we go to the store and we're crossing the street, he still doesn't get that you got to watch for cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
And be careful.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that.
Okay.
He can take a computer and totally rearrange it where you can't use it, and you tell him to put it back, he'll put it right back like it was, but he won't tie his shoe.
Right. He can't tie his shoe.
And he won't look for cars before he crosses the street, like she said, So those are the adjustments.
Yeah.
And I guess like when you're talking about the spectrum, it's like the school system. Now, just real quick, the school system, wherever we moved to, Jeremiah had to be bused like way across town because the school that he was supposed to attend didn't have his level.
Right.
And I talked to a friend not too long ago. She's actually over the special ed program here.
It's in Gwinnett.
I think it's Gwinnett. So they said now the schools have the 3 levels in it. So if you're in this community and there's schools in your community, you can go to that school. But before, like Jeremiah, 2 times had to travel across town to another school. So,
wow.
Yeah, that was always an issue too.
Yeah. So and I will say when we lived in Virginia, that caused a lot of issues because Jeremiah is on the higher end of the spectrum. And I said he can do a lot of things, whereas some of the individuals in his class could not. They couldn't go to the bathroom. So they did not split them up. They put them all together. So he regressed. So then
it started declining.
He started declining.
Yes.
And so that was one of the reasons why it's like, this school is not going to work. And they were not listening. And so what do I say? Nobody knows my child better than me.
That's right.
So he ended up at Hartwell Elementary.
Yeah. Wow.
Every time we PCS to another base, we did extensive research on the school system.
I'm sure y'all. I believe
that.
that.
Because we know, wherever we wanted the best schools for our kids.
Yes, sir.
We wanted to live in that area. To
yes,
attend those
sir.
schools. And every time we did it, Jeremiah ended up having to go bus to another district, and I'm like, we just can't win,
Couldn't win.
Yeah.
And I noticed that even with families who move from city to city, sometimes, man, the first thing if they got children, they looking at the school system.
The school system.
Good.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't know how much y'all just helped people, and I have another question in my mind before I close, but it has escaped my memory. I know what it was. From people who may not understand this part of it, I done a living will. Okay? So if something happens to me, God forbid, not soon, but my family, there's a blueprint already exists. Under this circumstance, is that something y'all had to think about?
It is, and it's something we thought about, and we definitely did. When the children were younger, I always battle with, because I know my parents were older, and Jonathan's parents are older, so we know the odds of us, because anything can happen at any time.
Of course.
But the odds of the parents outliving us was slim, so we couldn't say we're going to leave them to our parents. So as Jada came of legal age, that is our plan.
Come on.
And we talked to her to make sure that was something that she was okay with.
Yes.
Okay with. So we do have our wills. We have everything that we're supposed to have to make sure he's taken care of when we're not here.
Wow.
Also,
That's so great.
for anyone who has a child on the spectrum, legal guardianship is. You have to have legal guardianship.
Come on.
Yes.
Because once your child turns 18 and they need to do a procedure and your child says no,
That's right.
Right.
then the doctor has to stop by law.
Yes.
So that legal guardianship is a legal document. You have to go to court. The child will have a lawyer. You'll have a lawyer, and you'll sit. Because we did like during COVID, so we did it all virtual. But that legal guardianship gives you the right, after that child turns legal age, to make decisions for that child. I mean, crucial, life-saving decisions for that child.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, we've discussed that with some parents before, and they were like, my child would never do that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never
if that
know.
child says no after the age of 18, you can't say, well, they have special needs, they can't make the decision. Legal guardianship, find an attorney that deals with legal guardianship and get that started before the 17th birthday, because it takes a while.
It takes a while, yeah.
It takes over a year to get that process to go through. It's a
Yes.
very extensive process.
Yes, sir.
So legal guardianship, one more time. Legal
Yeah, say it.
guardianship. You need to have legal guardianship as a parent
Yes.
for your child with special needs to ensure that you can make those decisions for them in that time of need.
Man, I ain't never.
And I would like to add too
Golly.
that after you establish legal guardianship, you're responsible to report to the courts every year. So
year.
every October, I have to report to Gwinnett County courts on Jeremiah's well-being and his,
Right.
Sure.
all of that. So
That's the most
And
important thing as a parent.
and one thing I will say too, people talk about the school systems and they talk about what they don't do, but they don't talk about what they do.
Of course.
I know in Gwinnett, and I'm pretty sure other counties do it too. Gwinnett County, they had a transition fair that talked about legal guardianship, everything, because not only are you dealing with a lot of issues when they're minors, I kind of, I got the gist of that. I was well versed in everything when Jeremiah was a minor. It's a whole nother ball game when he's an adult.
Exactly.
So now I'm still having to learn what I need to do for him as an adult. So it doesn't just stop once they finish school.
No, ma'am.
It continues on. So you still have to continue to be well educated and to follow and make sure that things are getting taken care of. So like Jonathan said, legal guardianship, that was something that was mentioned. And then I was like, okay, we got to get on this. And, got an attorney and got everything taken care of. And like I said, we report every year on his care. And like they told me, you can't we can move all over Georgia, but we can't move outside the state without contacting the courts to let them know that we're moving. It has to be transferred.
See, things like that just things that people don't even think about.
Right.
And of course, it was trial and error for you just to learn these traits. Jonathan and Shirley, thank you so much for being part of Interview by Rodney.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking us. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Jonathan, I'm going to share this right quick in conclusion. I went to high school with Shirley. You're behind me. She's the same driven person today as in back in 1987, 1988. You got your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful wife, and I just admire her so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing what you're doing. And Mr. Jonathan, I appreciate you so much.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all have an awesome continued Sunday.